It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Please take it as a warning. I've been sitting dormant. Took a break from booking my performance. Young Nolan was on it once upon a time. Open my destinations. Used to check the rhyme. Q-tip in the ear. Let me say this clear so you fuck niggas hit me. You niggas suck. You ain't near me. I'm making bucks so I could duck the inquiries. My flow the truth. I can't trust in your theories. These rappers lying now. 6 million ways to demise. We got them dying out. Crying out. What is it your life about? Sincerely, I've been dedicated. Building reputations. Rising expectations. Look at me. Fighting my temptations. I've been serenaded plentifully. My imagery lyrically made with symmetry. I've been hard, killing niggas out the family tree. I feel like Benoit, used to educate them at them seminars. Now it's all about me, shining when I'm grinding. I take my talents to South Beach, they voluntary mouthpiece. I turn it down when I turn around to be flirting for service, buffing my crown. Bitch, I'm good on my own. I got a wife and a son in my home, so get used to rejection. If any niggas say my name, hope you use protection. I cross niggas for the fun of it. Who's the pedestrian? Burn your canals just to get to the root of my questions. Oh no, LeBron body, I'm all-star. Hard body like porn star body and all y'all. Airplane on my phone calls, fuck all the small talk. Press a button, your life rerouted like it's the OnStar. If you been yearning for the real, y'all should have been said it. These cowards would have been dead. Let my win set it. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Right now, I'm having some issues with YouTube, so I don't know what time this shit gonna drop. I have a video that I've been trying to get uploaded all motherfucking day. It's been going for at least close to 2 hours, and that shit ain't up yet. That's the Nas Kendrick joint. Now I'm recording Vaughn, okay? So in this video, we're going to be talking about Vaughn. He's got a new interview with Elsie. Shout out to Elsie over there at Revolt. Super dope music journalist on her own, but she also does interviews with Revolt. She is excellent, all right? She's somebody who I think more artists need to sit down with, especially as a black woman. Like, the representation needs to be seen, you know what I mean, and respected. So he's got a new interview with her. And in the conversation, they talk about, of course, Vaughn's battle with Joey Badass. And, you know, we've heard Vaughn in the past talk about being in contact with Kendrick, having some back and forth discussion and communication while he was in the thick of the battle. But now we get a little bit more context as to what they were actually talking about. And Kendrick basically telling Vaughn that the battle was over at a certain point, to like when he dropped his last record going at Joey, when he made the one, what was that? The joint with the back down sample on it. Basically saying, let that be the last one. You know what I mean? It's too many people jumping in. Everybody's trying to get their taste. Everybody's getting a taste of the limelight and, you know, views. But at the same time, it also is diluting the back and forth battle that y'all are having, because so many people are getting in on it. They're pulling angles, they're pulling schemes, they're pulling rhymes, and it just kind of takes away from the actual impact. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the video of Vaughn talking about this. And yeah, and I mean, clearly we saw them together at the BET Awards as well. So it's not like he's out here capping, talking about his relationship with Dot. It's just worked out that way. You know what I mean? All right. So it says, Vaughn reveals before he could drop his last response to Joey Badass, Kendrick told him the battle was cooked due to how many people jumped into it. All right. And in a quote, Vaughn says, it made me look like I can't hold my own. All right.
Okay. So I want to talk about the whole beef.
Oh, with Joey?
With Joey.
Yeah, let's get to it.
One thing that was really interesting is that you said, like, throughout that era, you were in communication with Kendrick.
Yeah. Well, I was in communication. The difference between me and Joey is, like, he just dropped. I gotta, like, go through a whole line of, like, lineage of, like, people of, like, legends of, like, oh, I don't think you should say that. Because this brand, it's not just me. Mm-hmm. I'm going at Joey. Joey's going at me, but it's a brand still. Like, I'm still attached to a big ass brand that you could just. I say one wrong thing, you aim at this in my brand.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, I gotta stay away from topics that you could rebuttal back
Especially in a battle.
And it has nothing to do with me, but it's the whole entity surrounding me. So it's like playing safe. You gotta play chess. So it was more so chess.
I'm gonna stop that there. So, and some people may take this as cop and please or, making excuses. I can already predict what somebody who is not a Ray Vaughn fan or taking up for Joey or, those OVO fans in disguise who were basically backing Joey by proxy because he was going at the West Coast, although everybody knows Joey is locked in with TDE and the West Coast, and it was not actually as deep as people tried to make it seem. But all those things withstanding, he's saying that for him, he had to keep in mind the feedback of the TDE brand, Top Dog. You know what I'm saying? The lineage, the history that they've cemented for themselves in this industry versus Joey Badass, who basically has nothing to lose. You know what I mean? This is a moment where, nobody was talking about him before all these songs dropped. Before The Ruler's Back, before Sorry Not Sorry, Pardon Me, that little, 3-pack that he put out earlier in the year, nobody was talking about Joey Badass as a rapper. Everybody was locked in with Joey and what was going to happen with Unique on fucking Raising Kanan. That was it, right? So it's a no loss for him. Also, people say, well, it's a no loss situation for Ray Vaughn. True, but still, he has to run his songs by a brain trust of people to make sure that he's saying the right things so that he does not tarnish their brand versus Joey Badass being able to just, because Columbia wasn't involved with it. So when he recorded his record, he could say what he wanted, and he could drop that shit the minute it was, all right, it ain't perfectly mixed, fuck it, drop that bitch. But for Ray Vaughn, he felt like there was more pressure on his end because he had to uphold the integrity of the TDE brand while also engaging in the battle. Again, I can see people seeing that as excuses, but I understand where he's coming from.
Mm-hmm. So when I'm talking to Dot, it was just like, man, you just gotta, drop that shit though. He was like on some like cook, but
Did he tell you like, maybe step back here, maybe don't put this in there?
Before my last response, Kendrick like it's cooked. It's too many niggas jumping in. Too many niggas having like an opinion towards it.
Yep.
Now it looks like he's fighting the whole West Coast. Yeah. And you're gonna be cooked regardless because it's gonna look that way because any man that's standing on his own against 20 different people, he gonna look like he's Superman, so you're cooked. Thank your peers. And that's kind of like what it was. Where I'm like,
how'd you feel about everyone just jumping in?
All right, before she asked that question, so Kendrick is letting him know, hey, bro, you're gonna have to hang that shit up, right? Because the more ammo you keep giving him, the more niggas keep jumping in. It only makes him appear stronger, right? And remember, we just went through this last year with Drake in the whole 20v1 narrative. Oh, it's a 20v1, nigga. No. You focusing on the wrong shit. You got a motherfucking beast, an animal on the other side, and you looking at these little niggas. And of course, these are all rap heavyweights. The Futures, the Rick Rosses, the ASAP Rockies. These people ain't nothing to just downplay like they've never done nothing in rap or that they name don't hold no weight. But as far as like the lyrical content that was coming in his direction from those people to be dissing The Weeknd because he, melodically dissed you on a record, like that's not fly, right? And you took your eyes off the prize and now you've been regretting it for a year straight trying to find ways to poke and prod at Kendrick and troll and wait to round 2. Got your DJ that don't spin out here talking about all this different stuff. And Kendrick done moved on. You know what I mean? Having one of the biggest tours we've ever seen in hip hop, wildly successful album, accolades, 5 Grammys, just winning awards upon awards, living it the fuck up, basking in the glory, taking in the victory, and being graceful about it. You know? So unfortunately for Ray Vaughn, he doesn't have the weight behind his name of a Kendrick Lamar, to where even though there's outside noise, it's just like, nigga, I'm here. You know, Ray Vaughn is only a couple steps ahead of some of the smaller acts that also diss Joey. You know what I mean? So it kind of looked like a community of smaller artists that were kind of jumping on Joey. You know what I mean? Especially if you were a Joey fan, that's how you took it. But honestly, outside of Daylight and Ray Vaughn, and I'll even say Coyote because they had a good diss early on, but they moved on with life, which I'm glad they did. Everybody else, they could rap, but it wasn't rooted in nothing. So that's why I, at a certain point, was even like, when we gonna wrap this up, bro? It's a lot of good raps dropping, but with it being all aimed at one person, everybody's flipping the same angle, saying the same things different ways, I got exhausted.
How do you feel about how everything panned out?
Like, it pissed me off because it's not a fair fight. No, like, I was still able to cut through because people knew where it was, but like, it's like, say from like January, this shit started in January. So like, I dropped in January with like something that's like, okay, he dropped, but it wasn't really. So then I dropped, then he drops and it's cold. Then he heats it back up. Then I drop. So to me, in my head, I'm like, oh, this is, okay, we good. This is our fight. This is our fight. Let's get it. And then you hear other people just like jumping in, and I'm just like,
where'd you come from?
Dude, get the fuck out of here. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it made me look like I can't hold my own. Like, hold my own. And I'm like, yo, I can hold my own with anybody. But it just now, not even just that. It's like, bitch, you took my narrative. That was what I was going to go at. Like, you just took my angle. Like, now I can't even, because then it looked like I'm leaning on this, and we look like we, man, I was hot. I was hot about it. I ain't gonna lie, it was hot. So I'm like, bro, let me get this off. Let me whoop him out. But I think a lot of people seen views from it, and that's just me. I think people seen how many views we was getting overnight. Yeah. And it kind of like
wanted to jump in on that.
It turned into like, oh, this is what we need to be doing. Fuck Joey. Fuck Joey. I'm like, man, y'all wasn't saying that when he said this in January. Where are you niggas at? In January. It was nobody there in January. So it like made me feel away. But at the end of the day, I feel like it shed light on all of us, on a lot of artists where it still did what it did. I don't have no hard feelings towards it now. In the moment, it pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm just like, man, it did what it was supposed to do for me.
Okay.
I'm sitting in front of you, ain't it?
I think it did.
You feel me? We talking about it right now, ain't it? It did. What month we in?
We in September.
We are in September.
Yeah.
So, you feel me? I'm looking at it like, shit, that's something that kept me being talked about. Yeah. The shit. I mean, fuck.
This nigga done turned into a motherfucking Young Thug at the end of the interview. Goddamn. And also, shout out to Ray Vaughn's haircut, man, because, you know, sometimes when he wore his hat, it looked like he had a haircut. And then when he would move that bitch and take it off, you're like, damn, you got all that shit under there. But now he officially has his taper. All right? So shout out to that as well. Also, shout out to Ray Vaughn in general. Shout out to Elsie, man. Dope. Now, of course, unfortunately for Joey Badass, even though many people do believe that he took the W in that encounter going against the West Coast and all of the different artists that jumped in and got their piece, unfortunately, things didn't really work out in his favor this year after taking that supposed W. You know what I'm saying? His album got pushed back. It did come out, but then it came out and got mixed reviews. It wasn't all that revered. It wasn't critically acclaimed. It was just kind of, okay, Joey dropped. He set up the Dark Orator with himself, Absol, Rhapsody. And unfortunately, the entire tour has been canceled. They're only going to be doing one show. So that also is another thwarted plan. So although people may have seen him as the victor at the time, it actually didn't bear any positive results in his direction. And I mean, coming off of something like that, I don't see how Columbia didn't see, like, we need to make sure that his project is a priority over here at the label. Some people feel like Tyler was the natural choice for who they were going to promote and put their resources behind at the time. I mean, of course, Tyler the Creator is a far more established artist, has done way more numbers commercially, has probably 3-4 times the fan base. But they could have done something. It feels his Lonely at the Top project felt like an independent release, but it had Columbia's stamp on it. And one thing I can't stand is to see artists in that position where it might as well have came out on your own shit, because you probably would have made more money off of it. You probably would have done the same amount of units, probably would have got the same amount of views on YouTube. Like, if the label didn't contribute anything, then why are they associated with the project? You know what I mean? But who knows how many more he's locked in for, or if they even counted this project as a part of his contract, because a lot of times if you call something a mixtape or an EP or whatever, the label will get very technical against you and say, nope, this is not going to count towards your release commitment. So we'll see you when you want to drop the real album. And we'll see if that even amounts to anything. Ray Vaughn, on the other hand, you know, he had a project that dropped earlier in the year before the battle even took place, The Good, Bad, the Dollar Menu. He's been able to go out and conduct a successful tour on his end. He's doing interviews just as Joey is. And we'll just have to see what happens with him moving forward, going into his next project. I've been keeping up with Ray Vaughn, and it looks like he's been doing a lot of kind of R&B hip-hop crossover records. So it looks like he's actually in the process of trying to make hit records. He wants to make good music. He doesn't want to just be seen as a top-tier lyricist, although he is. But it looks to me that Ray Vaughn wants to cement himself as, you know, an overall artist, which I think is going to work to his benefit, especially, you know, didn't he just sign a deal earlier this year? Yeah, they announced that he signed with RCA earlier in the year, which, of course, RCA is also the home of SZA. So hopefully they put their resources behind him, because they don't want to deal with Top Dog on the back end of no fucked up relations. And hopefully he's able to deliver the music and have the amount of creative input that is needed for him to still be authentic and real to who he is. But I am definitely looking forward to seeing what Ray Vaughn comes with his major label debut. And I hope he's able to deliver and bring a good album, so that we're not talking about it the same way that we were talking about Joey Badass's Lonely at the Top. Just gonna keep it all the way real. But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5-6 bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I could do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your health care. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the stacks I built. I had to evolve.